Hello Gundam fans, this is Prime92, and today I'll be looking at the 1-144 real grade Gundam GP01 Zephyranthes from the Stardust Memory OVA series. So this is the core fighter. Pretty small, very nice looking. Clear cockpit, you can open up, little seat in there. The thrusters are a little movable, and it does have landing gear. So you just sit it there, and it does come with a little Rocky figure, very tiny, saluting. So if you want, you could have him standing beside the core fighter. And if you could see it. There we go. And also, if you don't like the little landing gear, you can take the stand, little action-based connector, and pick it into the white piece here in the back, and you can have it on action base. That's pretty neat, but I'm going to be transforming it into core block mode. It's pretty simple. Take the wings and keep the beam saber handles out. Fold the wings in. Fold the tail fins in. Then you can take this panel here, fold it down, fold the nose cone down, bring the blue part down, and then bring the cockpit down. And then you can flip the blue panels to reveal some pegs. Now that could be it, but they want you to pull out the thruster, or the vents, and then pull out the yellow portion, which is a little tricky sometimes because it's very tiny, and I have had the yellow parts go flying on occasion. So the one side is kind of a graded effect, the other is a little more smooth, and that's the side you want for mobile suit mode. It's a very minor change, but it does help the overall look of the Gundam. And just make sure you put them on the opposite sides they were on. The white parts stay on the right side they were on, and there you go. There is the core block mode, all ready to go. So let's get the legs here. We got the two pegs here, some holes underneath. Make sure that the white part is out, sticking out from the red, like that. And it should peg in. Sometimes you really gotta work on it. It's tricky. Now the torso, there's actually 4 holes. There's little 2 here, and the 2 at the back that we revealed. And in here, you got some gaps in here, and then little pegs here. Or I should say 2 pegs there. Just make sure the front and the back are pulled out. And just try your best to line all the pegs up and then push down. Try not to push on the head because you don't want to break the antenna or the V-fin. But that should be a decent connection, and here is the GP01 in mobile suit mode, and it looks really, really nice. A little chunky, but I like it. Nice detailing. Yeah, it's a very nice looking Gundam. Good colors. The only colors that has the two-tone effect is the white and the slight off-white. Everything else seems to be one color. The only stickers I use are for the eyes. The little metallic green. It's a good-sized sticker sheet. Not too crazy, if you want to use them. And it does have a little opening cockpit here. I do like the fact that these white parts are separate. But you can open the cockpit there, if you want. And it does have a few clear pieces, the forehead camera, the eyes, little cameras here, and the backpack. Overall, this thing looks amazing, and if you get the pegs all lined up and pushed down, it's pretty secure. Sometimes, like I said, it feels like it could be better, but for the most part, very stable, very nice looking real grade. The head goes up and down, forwards and back, it'll rotate. The arms can go up at the torso. The little side pieces here are on a hinge themselves, but they only let the arm go that far. You can move the shoulder armor separate, and it does rotate the arm, but you kind of have to be careful and move the shoulder armor at the same time. The arms rotate below the shoulder, double jointed elbow. I wish there was something to fill in that gap. Not a huge deal. It does. This part here reminds me of the GP03, those little claws that come out of the arm. Maybe that's like kind of like a design feature they thought they'd incorporate. The wrists are on ball joints, and they do have a little hinge inside the arm. And these are the articulate fingers for real grades. The torso, there's a side-to-side rocker. It'll rotate at the waist a little. The front skirts can move up pretty far, and the side skirts can move. Back skirts are very limited because of how long the backpack is. And these parts are kind of thin and pointy, so be careful you don't break them off. The legs, they do have that little clip here. If you push it down in the waist, the leg will come down a little bit more inside. I don't like to do that. It will go forwards, a little back, out, rotate at the hip, a double jointed knee, which is very nice looking. Got a little separation there in the armor. And then the foot armor is on a little hinge, not too much because of how bulky it is. And you have the hydraulics for the ankle, forwards and back, side to side, a little bit of rotation. And the feet can go down, and the toes, very minor. It is on a hinge, but it's not much. And you also have little clamps on the bottom of the feet. Now, I can't recall if it ever used these, but it reminds me of the extra repair too, and the unicorn which clamped onto the ground for more traction, so maybe that's what they're for. A few Gundams have that. I think the I want to say, not the F91, I want to say the V2 has it too. I think the 160 Ska had it. So articulation is really good. It's just what it needs, and it's not too hindered by the armor. I find it has just enough range of movement, and things seem to stay on, so really good articulation. Now on the mobile suit, you got the beam saber handles, which will unpeg. Although I don't use these. What I use are the ones with the pegs that comes with. You get 2 clear pink beams, so you can peg these into the hands with the little holes above the wrist joint. And you have the Gundam shield, which has a really awesome sliding out gimmick. I always like this. Now, the connector here for the elbow is on a ball joint and a hinge. It's a standard one for real grades, and it should be strong enough to hold. You got a hole in either arm. You just push that in. It's not super secure. I feel there's too much around the too many protrusions to get it as far in as I like. But thankfully, you have an extra handle, which you can connect for it to hold with the articulate fingers, or you could peg it in like this for storage. But the way I really like, and I'm really glad they gave this, I didn't think I cared, but I actually like it, and that is the handle with the hand molded into it. So you can peg it in like that, and let's try to take these off, and this will let the GP01 hold it straight out. And I don't know why, I really like that. I really like having it straight out. That is pretty cool. Something you can rarely do. At least not with some fiddling. But I like it. And finally, the beam rifle. Clear scope, which can move. Handle can move. It does have a removable clip with even some detail in there. Looks like a little plug-in, like you'd have into like a computer, a little port. I like that. Of course, you have the extra clips in the underside of the shield, and you also have one extra one because each plate had 2. And you have a trigger finger hand. So if you can have it hold with the articulate, but the trigger finger is just a lot more secure. There's a peg on the handle. So there you go. Pretty neat. You also have this is something I've been wanting for a long time, but this mobile suit never happened. I don't even think even the real grade, not the real grade, the master grade, the perfect grade might have had it. I don't have one. The effect for the beam rifle, because I do recall in its fight with the Pysalis, it was really close in its face, and it used this beam in the shield to stop the Pysalis beam saber from like cutting it in half. It was really nice. And I've always wanted that, and we finally have it. I just think it's cool. Kind of like a prequel to the Zeta Gundam's Beam Saber. So, other than that, you do have the extra hands from the runners when, you know, they're still attached to the runner, these little closed hands, which I never liked just because they're a weird angle. But you can use them if you want. So that's about it. That is the accessories for the GP01, and I really like them. Love the shield, love this feature with the extra hand. Beam rifle's very nice looking. The beam effect, I love it. Everything, I think, is spot on. So yeah, accessories are great. So what do you say we look at the high grade of the GP01? And you can see, this guy's definitely usually the way it is. The older one is a little bulkier, although it's also, I think, a little taller than the real grade. Sometimes I find that's the other way around. Usually the newer one is taller, but it seems the old one is bulkier, taller. You can definitely see it in the backpack. Now this one doesn't even have to transform, and it's quite a bit bulkier than the new one. And how about the real grade RX-78-2? So they're actually about the same height, I'd say. They look pretty good together. So that is the real grade GP01. A very nice kit. I really like it. I love the I love the design. I love the accessories. And articulation is pretty good. And the core fighter works exactly the way it should. So yeah, I really do like it. That's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.